Hello, lovely friends and family. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, hope you are all doing well by God's grace. If you can hear from my voice, I am very sad. Why am I sad? I am sad because this dish that I am bringing to you is a dish that warrants speaking Ewe. But unfortunately, though my husband is an Ewe, I can't speak a word of Ewe. No, that is not entirely true. I have a few words I can speak. But I want to share this Ademe soup with you. I tell you, it's very delicious. Okay, so with Ademe soup, you need the Ademe leaves. In Ghana, we call it the Ayoyo leaves or the Ademe leaves. And here it's called Molahai. Okay, it's actually, we normally actually call it Molokai, right? I went to the shops, I called it Molokai, and this Indian old man was like, "No, my dear, it's Molahai." So I learned it's Molahai leaves, okay? I'm not going to use that because that one is what we use for the ayoyo because it is chopped, it is smooth, so it's used for the chuzafi, right? But I'm going to be using this one, the leaves, right? So I'm going to be picking all the leaves from the stem and I'll wash it in salt and then I'll roughly chop it. The ones we have in Ghana, the ademe we have in Ghana, is small. The leaves are quite small, so you don't need to chop it. You can just throw them into your soup as is. But with this one, they are so huge, you definitely have to chop it. Okay, so here are my other ingredients. I have my garden eggs, I have my okra, a little okra. You don't need okra for ademe soup because it is slimy already. Okay, here are the rest of my ingredients, right? So I have showed you some squid. I'm showing you some crab here, some shrimps. I'll be writing them actually. I'll just write them for it to be easy for you. And I have some dry fish, okay? Some um aquabi kind of fish, you know, those dry akosumbo fish. You need that, okay? I have some momone inside, salted fish, right? I have all sorts, okay? When I'm putting them in the soup, I'll be mentioning them for you to see as well, okay? So I'm just cutting my gardeners into quarters, okay? That's all. It's just, these are going to be floating in the soup. It should be just lying. You don't have to cut it small. Be lying in the soup, right? And my okra too. I am a queen of slime, okay? Queen of draw. When it comes to okra, I love draw. I love the slime. So even though I them is slimy, it will not give me enough slime that I want. So I have to add a little bit. So I have here 21 fingers of okra. I tell you, 21. I counted. I was sure to count 21. Okay, so I'm going to chop it and I'm going to chop it using my ninja chopper, right? And I'll chop it small. I'll chop it such a way that when it's in the soup, you won't see it, right? So that is how I wanted it. Okay, so it's ready. And here I'm roughly chopping the ademe. Okay, I'm chopping that and I'm setting that one aside, all of it. So, and once that is ready, we'll cook our okra, then we'll start with our stew. Okay, I think probably we started with the stew, right? So I have this onions and pepper. If you ask me what I'm going to use this for, I can't remember. But I think it will come at some point. So I have some wele as well. So my wele goes inside, and here I have some salmon. Okay, not mackerel, salmon. There's mackerel also in it. I have some tuna that I have grilled myself, and I have my dry fish. So what is happening is I'm going to steam all my meat, especially the hard ones. I'm going to steam it in onions and some other spices to make it very tasty, right? When I'm done, I will drain this. The water will not form part of my soup. I'm just going to drain it. You can add it. So here I'm adding my squid. I showed you earlier on, but I was talking about something else. So I didn't mention it. Okay. So I'm adding my squid. You can add as much seafood as you want. You can add beef if you want. But here I'm using only fish. It is just 100% fish, except the willy, by the way. The willy is not fish, is it? It is cow skin. So it is not 100% fish. That didn't pain me. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It is still delicious. Or it was still delicious. I still have some in my fridge. So it is still delicious. So I am going to steam it with some of the chopped onions and then some salt and some seasoning. I believe so, right? And then, haha, we'll start it. This, I'm telling you that you really enjoy this soup, right? This soup, dear. Hmm. It's another level. It's another level of okra soup. Oh. It's another level. So once it steams, I add my garden eggs because, as you know, my the okra is not enough, and the okra just all I need to do is to boil it. Once it jumps over, it is ready to go. So these garden eggs, they are so huge, they may not be cooked. So I add it to my fish that I'm steaming. Okay, I add it so that it softens, it cooks before I add it. Because once we make the stew and everything, we add everything in. As you saw, they added my crabs. I want you know, the spices and the seasoning to go into the crabs so that the crabs will taste very nice as well. All right. So once that happens, the adame is not going to cook for long, so our garden eggs may not cook. That is why we add our garden eggs now. Okay, so it's already cooked. All that you have to do is to add it and it's ready to go. So here in a separate saucepan, I add some red oil. You don't need to add red oil. I'm going to make another version of this without the red oil for you to see. So I guess the add them without oil. Okay, so you add your oil into a saucepan and you add your momone or your salted fish or your cured fish. Okay, then goes in the rest of the chopped onions, right? So that onion and pepper, scotch bonnet that I showed you that I wasn't sure what I used. What I did, I blended it. Okay, so I'll add it to it. So here my spice blend, which I'm going to be sharing the recipes with you soon. It's so many different recipes, and I'll be sharing them individually. So to be short recipes so that it's easy for you to access it when you want to see it, right? So I just added the ginger and the scotch bonnet that we saw there. That's what I blended. That's what I added it. You can add tomatoes if you want, but I've told you I'm queen of slime. I don't want the tomatoes to destroy my slime, so I didn't add any tomatoes at all. So you can add tomato if you want, but if you want to add just one, a little one, you don't need much. Otherwise, you will destroy your straw. Just your draw. Straw. You destroy your draw, right? So in goes in my vegetable bouillon to season my stew, and then goes in my all my fish, everything except for mackerel and a couple of others, and the shrimps. I think they will come in last because we don't want it to be all rubbery. It will overcook it. We don't want that. Okay, so it looks like my saucepan is full, but when I add the okra and the other thing to loosen things up, right, and everything will fall into place. Okay, I'm adding a bit of salt to taste because after adding the vegetable bouillon, it's sort of season it a bit. So I taste it and I add salt. So always add salt to your taste, not as you see me add it. Okay, this is cooking, it's not baking, so you don't really need exact measurement. It's what is what to your taste. That's what I'm trying to say. So here is my okra. Look, it looks really small. It's not a lot of okra at all. Add a bit of water to it and I just boil it. I'm going to season this as well. So I add some chopped green peppers in this okra, some ginger, okay, so I grate some ginger in it. I add some vegetable bouillon and some onions as well to season this okra because we need this food to be well seasoned and to be very, very tasty. Okay, so vegetable bouillon goes in it there. So you can use Maggi cube or any seasoning cube that you have, right? This is what I use, this bouillon thing. And I add bicarbonate of soda. Don't forget, or your can or your saltpeter, whatever you use for your okra. Okay, I add that as well, and that will make it a bit more slimy because, as I told you before, I am Queen Slime. If you see me anywhere, don't call me Queen Slime. I'm just saying that I like slime. Queen Slime. Anyway, so now that it's ready, you just let it boil over. Don't let it overcook, okay? Okra, no, just let it boil. Once it comes to, the boil, then that is it. You see how green it still is. It looks some even looks like it's not cooked properly. So I added some more green peppers that I have chopped, right? I added that. And now goes in my ademe. So all that ademe, no, it doesn't need to cook. You don't need to overcook it. It cooks a little bit. You boil it for like 5 minutes, then it's ready. Literally, it is ready. 5 minutes. Oh, 5 minutes is too short. Test it yourself because sometimes I don't mind. 5 minutes was okay for me, but if you think 5 minutes is too green for you or it's too still firm, the adama is still firm, you can just boil it or let it simmer for about 15 more minutes or so. 15 more minutes, 10 minutes, not 15 more minutes, 5 more minutes to make 10. Okay, and that is your ademe. I tell you, trust me, this soup, eh? Hmm. It is that kind of soup that when you are eating, then you are dancing, dancing. Abua konkuntiba, abua konkuntiba, ebe nina yekese na ya dani aponcheni. Abua konkuntiba, abua konkuntiba. This is the dance for this kind of okra soup. Okay, it's a story. One day I'll tell that story. Abua konkuntiba story. So even my crab is trying to run away from my saucepan, but obuakra it go day inside. Then I add my shrimps. Okay, stir it, give it a good stir, make sure everything is well incorporated. The leaves are everywhere in your soup, and that is it. Okay, this is it. It's not so loose. You can make it loose if you want, but this is how I wanted it. This one, when you even add it to some abenkwan and some benku, and you chalk your corner be here, you'll be the happiest person. Just say you don't have a problem. All your problems will disappear. So here is me serving myself. Okay, my husband ate the one that you'll be seeing later. The one that is the thumbnail. That's what my husband ate. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this Ademe soup, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, like, and share this video. Thank you so much for your constant support. I really do appreciate it. I know this is very difficult. I have so much things I do, but I try to bring you stuff that I think you enjoy. Let me know if you enjoy the stuff that I bring to you, and I will speak to you. Will I speak to you? No, I will come back to you. I'll see you in the next one. Whatever I'll do it in the next one. Okay, don't mind me. I'm just being silly. Thank you all, and I'm grateful. Thank you, and see you in the next one. Bye.